Like me t-shirt? Let me know. That's what I think people should be doing. One thing I enjoy when I'm at the beach, sharing a cigar with my wife. Come here. And a can of beer. Both together. Here, have yourself a puff. Say hi.
Hello.
Have yourself a puff. And have yourself a sip. And then go back behind the camera.
Two puffs.
So I'm not talking to thin air. Because that drives me crazy. I like to have someone behind the camera. At least I feel like I'm talking to a human being. The cigar habit was given to me by one of my sons. And the beer at the beach, I've always done that. So there's nothing new there. If you're envious of this sort of a lifestyle, and I get to do this for 2 months a year, I believe you can do it too. It's a want. No, it's actually a need. And you have to put it. I always knew that if I'd come and live over here in Greece, that I would eventually get comfortable, like I have. It's been 15 years. And turn it into my lifestyle. I get a lovely tan that lasts all through winter. And I get to enjoy the cuisine here in Greece. The Greek salad. Oh, you can. And I lose weight. When I come to Greece, I lose weight. No matter how much I eat. And I eat as much as I possibly can because the food tastes good. I want to show you that life ain't that fucking bad. You all make it bad from what I've seen. You deny yourselves what you need. You really deny yourself what you need in life to make it through. No, I can't do this. I can't do that. No, you can do anything you want. Set your mind on it and focus on it. And if you fail and you still want to do the same thing, attempt it from a different point of view or a different angle. And if it still doesn't work, well, at that point, I would give up. 2 times is plenty to give it something a shot to see if it's going to work. I mean, even now, living in London, that's their second shot. If they mess this up on me, then I'm going to have to find another country to live in. I just don't like to be pissed off. I can get pissed off, and when I get pissed off, I just walk. Why? Because I've got no debts. I've got no boss sitting on the back. I can put my skills in my back pocket and go anywhere I want and sell them. That's what I did for myself. I didn't learn one job. I learned 1,000 different jobs in my life. I learned to do things that I'm probably never going to do, but I sat there and I learned how they're done. Why? Well, first it saved me a lot of money from tradesmen, so I don't get tradesmen to come around at all, and I do all the work myself. And you tell me if that's a saving, right? If I got to change a hot water system, if I've got to do something serious like rendering or building something, I do it. Am I intelligent? Let me know. But the amount of skills, carpentry and everything that I've accumulated through the years has put lots of money in my pockets. Because every time I do something and I buy a tool for it, back when I was younger, I'd buy a tool and I would say, well, the tradesman would have cost me this much. And if I buy these tools that I need, they're going to cost me this much. I do the work and then I've got the tools permanently. And I've still paid less than I would have if I had the tradesman. But I learned a lot of trades because I was on construction sites. And that goes for all of you. If there's anybody out there that's working on construction sites, go around, learn. You know your trade. You know what you're supposed to do, right? If you're an intelligent human being, you want to expand your intelligence by watching and learning what is happening and how it's done. And just learning. One day you might need to use that information. And you're carrying the knowledge, because once you learn something, you can never unlearn it. Unless there's something mentally wrong with you. But the human brain, all it does is learns all the time. If you're learning the right thing, you'll live a healthy mental life. If you're learning the wrong thing, like lying, cheating, manipulating, well, you're going to have a really unhealthy brain, and your life is going to become uncomfortable. What, you think you're going to get away with it? Mate, there's only a few people that ever got away with it. You think you're one of them? Well, first thing, you have to be intelligent to get away with it. Secondly, you just got to be a real asshole. It's something I can't be. Never could be. A manipulator and a liar and a user. Especially when I married my wife about 30 years ago. I sort of put something on me and I said, look, from now on, I'm not going to do what everybody else does. I don't want to lie anymore. I don't want to cheat, and I'm not a cheater, and I'm not much of a good liar. And my mother hated that because she was a narcissist. When I was little, she was trying to teach me how to lie. Well, that's a whole different story. But ever since then, I realized, I was 5, 6 years old. I realized that lying is just bad, and it hasn't got a good end. Plus, to store all these lies up and keep them running, that's too much energy. Where honesty and open-mindedness, you're not carrying all that, and you're not wasting that energy. You're being absolutely authentic. There's no need to hide what? You want to see me with a persona, walk around and play smartass with you? No. And I don't want to see somebody doing that to me. Because there's one little secret when you're enlightened. And I've gone so far into my enlightenment, I'm gone into the spiritual realm. And at this point, if you stand in front of me and BS me, I could smell you. Are you ballsy enough to come and play with me? Because I'm going to spot things on you and I'm going to ask questions about it. And if you can't answer those questions, well, there you go. You're fucked. Where you can ask me any question you want. And please do. Please ask me any question you want about myself. I've got no skeletons because I didn't do the fucked up things so I can have this shit and try and hide it. There's no scandal behind my back ready to explode at some point. And I like being like this. It's a lot more relaxing. It's a lot more healthier. One of my greatest dreams is for human beings to awaken. That's one of my greatest dreams. If I could help in any way to show you the truth, thank you. Can you hold that? Thanks. The service is pretty good down here at the beach. If I could help anybody in any way, now it's not a free ride. Ooh, it's one of the most painful trips you can take. And that's why nobody wants to do it. But if there's somebody out there who wants to do it, hell, we can go live, one-on-one. I'm going to record it, of course, and put it on air. And you can do the same. But we can go one-on-one. I'm not going to BS you. I can't BS. I can't bullshit. I don't like bullshitting. Look, it sort of worked out this way for me. Um, I realized if I could say a lie to someone, then it's easy enough for me to lie to myself. It's easy enough to turn around and pump the lie straight into myself, the same way I pump a lie into somebody. Okay, and that's why I avoid lies. I have to live by that lie that I've created, and that ain't good. That ain't good anywhere in here. That's really going to fuck you up. And that's a warning. The more you lie, the more you manipulate and you scheme, the worse your brain becomes, which means I don't have to worry about people who've done bad to me in the past. And I've seen this. Remember, I'm 60 plus now. I've seen them destroy themselves because of the brain they carry. The scheming, the lying, the this, the that, eventually catches up to them and it rips them apart. It rips them apart. They look older, they look unhealthy, they move around unhealthy, they drag themselves up to get out of a chair. They're just so miserable existing. And I want these people to live forever because that's the best part of being a narcissistic, sociopathic asshole. The longer you fucking live, the more you suffer for your stupid head. I want these people to live a long, long time. And one favor, if the cosmos can do this for me, let them know that they're dying at some point. Let them get a diagnosis. Okay? So then they really have to sit down and think about what the fuck they did with all their energy and all their time in their life. That's the best torture. And I don't have to do it. They do it to themselves. And I've seen that. I suffer in pain all my life because I'm dealing with these people, okay? And they suffer at the end, where I obtain happiness and harmony in my life. And I'm just flowing now with everything in my life. I just let it happen, and it's sweet. It's not pressure, it's nothing. All issues I've practiced so many years when I was younger, problem solving, and it becomes a habit. The only thing I realized at one stage, I think I was somewhere in my 40s, and I said to myself, geez, all you seem to do every fucking day is solve problems for this person, for the job, for your family, for this, for that. You're always solving problems. If anybody else is like that, you're on the road. But you got to take all the other shit out, your bullshit. You see, you have got this inside of you. You have got something good. And you see politicians, they can't problem solve shit. You need somebody who can problem solve them, Malaka. Wake up. You're putting people in chairs that couldn't solve their fucking family issues. You think they're going to solve your issues? Hey, wakey, wakey. That's called enlightenment. Do you like it? Because that's what it is. Understanding and sticking by it and saying, no one's going to lie to me and tell me otherwise. That's what I understand. That's what I comprehend. And that's how it goes. But you end up fighting with everybody. But you end up the winner at the end. These people have taken, I mean, I've had public servants come up to me and say, hey, guess what? I've already got my pension. And I say to them, okay, I've got another 10 years to work or whatever. Can you afford to change your refrigerator or fix your car when it breaks down? Can you buy yourself a new oven? Can you pay for any expenses apart from yourself? How good's your pension? Because it's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as the years go by. This has happened to salaries. It's not going to happen to your pension. Give me a break. You live in La La Land. You're just lazy. You wanted to get out of the system as fast as you could. but you didn't prepare yourself. And now the system is going to take you for a ride all the way to the grave. You understand? All the way to the grave. The system's going to be riding you. I cannot live like a pauper. Okay. I don't accept that for myself. And that's why I didn't work in Greece. I could do the same job here in Greece, and I didn't. I'm not going to accept to get paid less than what I believe I'm worth. Okay. And that's why I didn't work in Greece. I've avoided working in Greece the last 15 years that I've been here. The only thing I've worked on is my house. My renovations, and more renovations, and more renovations, and fixing. But that's my hobby, and it's my home. There's no debt. There's no debt. Do you understand? I pay the council tax, and that's it. And that's why I left Australia. There wasn't any chance I was going to score a house in Australia the way the economy was going. I could see that. I had builders that I worked for saying to me, "Hey, you want me to build you a house? It'll cost you this much." And I said, "No." Why? Because I could do the fucking maths, Malaka. I'm not a jerk off. I earn this much money every month, and the mortgage is going to be this much, and if anything fucks up in the house or I need something fixed, I got to pay it out of my pocket. That's it. I'm not playing that game. And if something happens to the economy tomorrow, well, the banker can come and take it. And I've spent my life into it. Don't be fools. 30-year mortgages are for monkeys that want to be enslaved. They're not for human beings. So I sat in Australia, I sat in rent. For 15 years, I sat in rent. I live in London, I live in rent. But here I own a house. And guess what I got? Got it? This is my retirement. If I ever get there, this is my retirement. I'm not going to sit there. I've even got my children in London. And I've got a daughter here in Greece as well. So if I get grandchildren or anything like that, I'm here. I've got them all around me. I'm not stuck in the other side of the world, something people did, what was it? If you look at it 70 years ago, yes, started off as migrants, went to make some earn and come back. That's the objective, right? How many of you monkeys got stuck there? The objective was something else, wasn't it? And then you change your objective so you don't look stupid. Because I could hear your objective. I was a little kid and I can hear them talking. One day we're going to go back. Archidia, as we say in Greece, right? Which is bollocks. I wasn't going to fall for that one. That's what makes me different. I've always been aware of the consequences of my actions. And I don't do something for you. I'm going to do it for me and the people who love me. And they're behind me somewhere. There's no one right now. And that's how I believe people should live their life. You should consider the consequences of your actions. And I learned that. I was this big when I learned the consequences of my actions, because they used to beat the shit out of me when I was a kid. Fuck, they used to beat into me. And not just my parents. I had teachers. I had the odd uncle here and there, and you could just see him grinding his teeth and he's just about to whack you. Just because you asked him a question. You ask him a question. And because they're so dumb and they want to hide their dumbness, they want to beat into you to make you shut up because you're little. Well, one day that little kid is going to grow up. And here I am, all grown up and mature. But you're still a monkey. And you're still hiding all your bullshit. And you still don't know what 1 + 1 is. I hate being so aggressive, but I'm actually talking to people I know. So, yeah, I'm actually talking to them because I know they're going to watch this shit. They can't resist. These people I grew up with, and lived with in Australia, well, they saw themselves and their family as perfect. And they tried to sell the persona to me and my family. Fair enough. Our family was fucked. Okay? I had dumbasses in my family. We could have done a lot better. And we didn't. Doesn't matter. That's what I'm here for. And my children broke the chain. I raised my children in another country on purpose. And I kept them away from people so they wouldn't influence them. I believe I've talked to my kids and they seem to agree that it was a good idea. That it was up to me and their mother to raise them and nobody else. So I managed to break that chain of stupidity that was coming through my family tree. And from here on, we're going to be working at a different level as a family and functioning at a different level with different needs that you guys have. You guys haven't even sort of worked out why you're in such a mess now. You got everything, but you feel sort of hollow inside, don't you? Oh, that's one thing I don't feel. And I don't want anybody who's around me to feel empty inside. And I make sure of that. I go up to them and I ask them. I'm there if they need me to fill up that space for them. And I want to tell you this, that's why I live in London. In case my children need me, the advice. Now you can do it over video, but this is different. Sitting down. What I've been doing now that the children have gone off and they live on their own, we meet up with them on Sundays. We either go to their place and Mum will take everything so she can cook a meal for them, homemade, or they'd come over to our place and we'd spend time together on a Sunday. This is usually Sundays. And I'm there for them for their mental support. Sure, I could leave London now and come to Greece. I got no rent. I can put out my skills and find work. There's no problem there. But I've got 5 more years before I retire. Might as well hang around with the kids for a while. Why? Because London's got so much shit there as well to do. There's a lot of shit to do in London. And I'm not ready to stop seeing and learning and understanding. If I eventually come here, I've got to slow down mentally and go into that other realm of spiritualness. Right now, I'm still dealing with this psyche and that different people from everywhere. And you can see what's happened to me. Look at me. I was nothing, a nobody, and suddenly I'm carrying something now, and people turn around and look at me. I'm different. I act differently. I take a tent, a beach tent, and I sit here for hours. At the moment, I've been here since about 2 o'clock, and it's 5, so I've been here 3 hours. Might do 1 more hour and take off home. Nobody else does it. Everybody else prefers to go and sit on those chairs over there where they pay for through the nose. And with the same amount of money, I've got a little fridge in the tent and I've got my beers, my soft drinks, my food, anything I want to eat. And all I got to do is carry it from my car up there down to here. And they walk past and they go, wow, that is cool. But you don't see somebody doing it for themselves. No, the norm is to sit over there and act like a monkey and watch the other monkeys. I can't do that. Firstly, it's too expensive. And secondly, I could do the same thing over here by myself with my wife. And plus, I've got my own music playing over there. Do you think I'm a dumbass? If they're going to come down here every day and spend, 10 to 15 euros to sit there, that gets expensive. Do you understand eventually? And I'm not going to spend my money that way. No, fuck no. I'm going to eat and drink it myself. My wife, one of her best hobbies is cooking. She loves to cook. She likes to experiment in London. She gets stuck into it and tries this and makes that. And I'm the guinea pig. You get to taste it all. Before I had the kids backing me up, but now I'm on my own. I do give her an honest opinion of what I think of the meal. It's not because she cooked it. It's the recipe that she picked up. And sometimes I say to her, no, don't make that again. And she's kind to me. And she goes, yeah, okay, I'll go with that. But she makes this wonderful gourmet pizza. Oh, mate, don't take me to pizza shops. Forget it. The only place I'm going to eat pizza is in Italy. And that would have to be a village somewhere at a bakery where they cater for their own people. Now that stuff tastes nice. But that manufactured shit, the stuff in the fridges at the supermarket, no. No, she makes a hell of a good pizza. And I've told her, if you want to go into business for yourself, you should be making gourmet pizzas. And you can succeed in that. Well, that's my advice to Mrs. Because I've got 13 years difference. In 5 years, I retire. But she's still on the workforce. And she's got to do something till she retires. And then I'll be 80 when she retires, if I make it. And then we can both hold hands and walk along the beach and say we're both retired. Boy, is that far off. That's about the only not reaching retirement at the same time is about the only uncomfortable thing. But it doesn't matter. That's not the begin all and end all. It's that 13-year difference. If she's going to reach 67, or by that time, it might even go to 70, the retirement age. These politicians really care about us, don't they? We barely make it every friggin' month with all our bills and expenses. And this is happening everywhere. Canada, America, Australia, England, everywhere. France. It's happening in the whole Western society. Nothing is running correctly. And you know that. You could see that. And you expect these people to take care of you when you retire. Well, look at the retirees we have now. Is our system taking care of them and showing them the respect that they deserve? No. All we're good for is paying our fucking taxes and our bills, right? And they want to keep us going on that one for as long as they possibly can. So the retirement age keeps moving up, and the excuses they give you, well, that's bullshit and you know it. Come on, all we have to do is bring a few 100,000 migrants into a country. If we're not giving birth because we're monkeys and idiots and we're starting to believe, oh, there's no reason to have children now, I wouldn't bring them into this horrible fucking world. Huh? Is that your attitude? I'm not going to raise kids in this horrible fucking world? So who's going to look out for you when you get old? Well, I've seen my fucking neighbor. He raised kids And now nobody looks at him anymore. But that's because he was an asshole to his kids. Well, I saw my relative or my neighbor with their kids, and they did so much for their kids, and then their kids turn their back on them. Your children will only turn their backs on you because you're a complete fucking idiot. And then they go off and become fucking idiots by themselves. They don't want to be with an idiot, so they go off and become idiots by themselves. I've seen that too many times. You look at other families and you see how they've been ripped apart. Well, that's because of bad parenting and a bad human being to start with. And that's why those families never became families. No matter what sort of persona they wear in their community or anything, hell, I've got some super senses that I've accumulated over the years, and boy, I can smell things and taste things and see things that other people can't see or understand. They avoid it because it's part of the status quo. You're not supposed to go any further than this in questioning someone. But I don't play that game. And that's probably why you hate me. I don't play that game of bullshit. I will not play that game of bullshit. My time is running out in life, so I'm not going to put up with your shit. I'm not going to play that game. I didn't sign up for the game. Did you sign up for the game? Let me know. Did you sign up for this bullshit? And you know it can be better. I know it can be better because I've lived that life. I'm actually living that life now, that it can be better. You don't have to suffer like this, but you've got to get your head straight and be determined to be alone, to struggle and fight the world. You got to fight them all if you want to live your life. You have to fight them all. It's a full-on battle. You've got to become a monster like me. I didn't sign up for this bullshit in life. Did you sign up for the bullshit? Let me know. I'm trying to collect comments, and I'm trying to collect questions as well. Question me. I'm not going to lie. I want you to look at me. I'm real. I scare people sometimes. They stand in front of me and they stutter because I can see right through them, and I'm starting to ask them questions about themselves, and they don't want me asking those questions. And I can't handle how they handle it. It's like I've raised children, okay, and when they're about this big and you ask them a question because you know you've cornered them somewhere, they start to do the same thing. I don't know. Or they're going to try and redirect it, like politicians. That's what we're learning off politicians. You ask them a direct question, and they try to redirect it into some bullshit that sounds fantastic. Come on, people, please wake up. Wake up with me. It hurts, yes. You're out of your comfort zone. This isn't comfortable. But at the end, it becomes comfortable because you know who you are. You know what you want, and you will not lie to yourself, and you won't accept a lie. And that's the hardest thing for you to get over, is stop accepting the lies and stop lying to yourself. That is the hardest thing I see in people. They really struggle to get over the acceptance of lies and bullshit, trends. Jeez. I'm not religious just because I said that. It's a force of habit. Get your head out of your asses and learn to live a life, because you're going to end up like everybody else I see. You're rotting in your own skin. You just rot. I'm looking younger as I get older and healthier, and you guys are rotting away into nothingness. You're getting fat, overweight, and you're miserable. And this goes for the people who know me and I've grown up with them, who are watching me. I see your pain. Fuck's sake. And I hate it. You've got opportunities the same way I had opportunities. You've got even more opportunities than I've ever had. You got parents who'll just shovel money at you and give you whatever the fuck you need. And you can't fucking move off your fucking lounge chair. You've put so many fucking debts on top of your head so you can show off to the rest of the fucking world how cool you are. Well, that's how cool you are. That misery, that pain that you're suffering, that's how cool you are. That ain't cool, mate. Cool is what I'm doing. Not a care in the fucking world. No debts, no bullshit, no nothing. I want money, I go and earn it, and then I go and spend it. I only sacrificed myself for 25, 30 years till I finished with raising the children, paying for their educations, making sure they're not in debt, teaching them how to save, understand the system and life. I spent 25, 30 years just doing that with my wife. And now it's free time for me. Got it? Free time. I ain't got problematic kids to waste myself on. I don't have to keep chasing them up. They're on their own. That's it. They come back to me and they tell me what they're up to, whatever they want to tell me. That's it. Happily ever after. Get it? And that's how I'm satisfied. And my cup overflows with happiness and harmony now. I could share this with you. I could share my experiences with everyone. I'm a problem solver. I've always been a problem solver for myself and my family. And I've done it for other people. And I love the ones that never listen to me. They're the funniest. Oh, they're so stupid. And then their egos kick in. When I say to them, well, didn't we discuss that you should be doing this and you agreed that you should do this? Yes, they say. Then they get angry at you. Some other day, happiness and harmony and all the good stuff will come some other day. You sure you know when you're going to die? Because you're not going to live forever. And we carry on like we're infinite. We're not infinite. We don't live forever. Don't be a fool. The system makes you believe that you live forever. Do you understand? You're being brain fucked by this system. In reality, inside you, you know you're not going to live forever, no matter what you do. So enjoy it. Don't enslave yourself. Don't enslave yourself. And the best way not to enslave yourself, I found out, was have a trade. Take the trade with you wherever you go. Don't enslave yourself thinking you're not going to make more money. You're not going to become any more fucking richer. The system is going to find a way to strip you back. Especially as you get older through the years, the system's going to find a way to strip your accounts and take your money and charge you more for this and charge you more for that. How long are you going to keep up with that game of going out, making money so you can keep paying? Give me a fucking break, please. Learn to live. Please learn to live, people. You're not winning that way, but you got to have a good plan. You can make it through. I learned how to live in the system with the herd. I learned how to weave my way around without cheating, without lying, without manipulating. I did the best I could, and I knew something in my life. If you do the best you can and you're good at what you do, don't worry about nothing. But if you're not good at what you do and you're a pretender, well, you're going to be copying it all the time. And you're going to be blaming someone else, of course. I know you guys as well. It's always someone else's fault when you don't succeed in what you want. If you had some empathy inside of you, you'd realize what the other person wants so you can give it to them. But if you don't have empathy and you're some psycho, mental head case, narcissistic person, you can never understand what the other person wants, so you can't give it to them. And that makes it their fault, because your brain is so thick that it doesn't comprehend things. So it's their fault. It's like my business isn't doing well because the customers aren't coming in. So it's the customer's fault. It's not me or the sort of business I'm running. Are you going to grow up? And the worst thing is, if you've borrowed money to create that business, you're fucked. Do you understand? You're fucked. Even if the business closed down, you're going to be in debt for a very long time. And boy, people are going to find out what you're really made out of after that. So good luck being a moron. I did something I found out I loved and I enjoy. And while I was doing that the last 30 odd years, I learned a lot of other things from other people that I worked with. And I'm enriched now, and I can understand and comprehend things, especially in the structures. Okay, I'm going to call it a day. Finish this beer, try and smoke the rest of this stupid cigar that keeps going out because of the wind. Well, it's not much wind anyway. It's just a stupid cigar right now. Sometimes you get some really bad cigars, and cigar smokers out there should understand this. You get the bad cigar and it just won't work. No matter how much you try to soften it and everything, it's just crap. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go over there where the rocks are and have a pee-pee, and then slowly pack up and we'll go home. And I'll speak to you next time. Please comment, but it's going to be a tough job keeping up with me. Okay, it's just a little warning. It's going to be tough. I need people who can accept it and understand what I'm saying. But there's only a few. The rest of you want to stay in your comfort zones. So what I say, what comes out, it might be funny, but you're not going to take any notice of it. You're going to go back to your slavery, back to your stupidity, until you drop dead. Thank you for your time.